Welcome back to Weekly Information, a podcast for students who are interested in history.
Hi, we are your hosts for today, Tina and Rain. Hi, I'm Tina.
Hi, I am Rain.
Today is the Remembrance Day, which was observed by Canadians and other members of the Commonwealth. It's a memorial day since the end of the First World War in order to remember all those who have fought and died in the line of duty to keep us safe. Let's keep a minute's silence before introducing our topic today. Today's topic is about a nurse named Alice Roskin from World War I, who has an honor name of one of the Anzac Girls. Alice Roskin was born in Ballarat, Victoria, on the 5th of August 1889. When Alice was young, the family moved to Perth, where as the result of an accident, Alice's father and two brothers were drowned in the Swan River. Soon after this, Alice and her mother returned to Victoria. Now I would hand over to Ren.
In her early life, she enlisted in the Australian Army Nursing Service in November 1914. Afterwards, in 1915, she served in hospitals and hospital transport ships in Egypt and Suez. In early 1916, Alice moved to France to serve with the No. 1 Australian General Hospital and a stationary hospital before joining the No. 2 Australian Casualty Clearing Station on 17th of July, which is located near the trenches at Trois-Aubrais near Armentières. The night of the 2nd of July 1917, only 5 days before Alice joined the 2 CCS, the station was attacked by German aircraft. 4 men were killed and 15 were injured. Alice, despite the tents collapsing over her and it being her break, still returned to care for her patients. She and 3 other nurses were seen running to shattered and bombed tents to attempt at rescuing patients by either carrying them to safety or putting tables over their beds to protect them from bombs. Those 4 nurses were awarded the military medal, which will be referred to as MM from now on, for their calm and coolness during the attack. Their names are Dorothy Colwood, J. Mary Duryea, Claire Deacon, and of course Alice Roskin. She and the other were 4 of the only serving nurses to receive the MM during the war. She continued to serve as a nurse until World War I was over, before she returned to Australia.
Alice Roskin eventually married a doctor, Sydney Theodore Appleford, whom she met on the return journey in 1919. They settled in South Gippsland and had 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. Late in the 1930s, she was participated in World War II and involved in training in voluntary ads detachment, which will be mentioned as VASE later. By 1942, the VASE had development into Australian Army Women's Medical Services. Alice Appleford was commissioned as a major and appointed Senior Assistant Controller for Victoria. She was awarded the Florence Nightingale Medal in 1949 by the International Red Cross.
We appreciate for what she has contributed and done for Australians. A sad thing is that her husband has predeceased her in 1958, and she died on the 17th of August 1969 at Cronulla, Sydney, and was buried in the Presbyterian section of Faulkner Cemetery, Melbourne.
An annual award is presented to a serving member of the Royal Australian Army Nurse Corps by the XAAWMS Association to perpetuate her memory. Alice Appleford's life was full of adventure. Her citation descriptions of character. No one who came in contact with Major Appleford could fail to recognize her as a leader of women. Her sense of duty, her sterling solidity of character, her humanity, sincerity, and kindliness of heart set for others a very high example. However, being Australia's most decorated woman was uneasy. She was a very private person and never talked about her war experience.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. We hope you found it helpful and educational to learn about this amazing Anzac girl.